Greetings, guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Monette, and this is my channel, Evolve with Monette. For those of you that are new here, I am a professional intuitive empath, and I want to jump right into the video today. Excuse me. The way that I work with my clients always helps heal me so much. And I had one today that stuck out, and my angels told me to jot down a note and make a video for the collective. So let's talk about honoring your friendships. I was working with a client today who was struggling because a 10-year friendship that she had with a male, and it wasn't anything romantic. He is gay, but it was definitely a best friend of hers, went belly up, and she couldn't understand it. Now, I relate, because if you're not new on this channel, you know my journey of a 20-year friendship going belly up and how it was devastating for me. Excuse me. But in this case, the reason that she struggled with it so much is because she felt like there should be some seniority. And I think this is something that we don't talk about a lot, whether it's in best friendships with women or with any best friendship of any varying, intersex couple, or if they're not a couple, just meaning friendships that are platonic. We feel like if we put in a certain amount of time and energy, that we deserve a certain place in a person's life. And that's what she was expressing to me. And I was listening to her heartbreak as this was fresh and new. And oh my God, how many of us have been in a fresh and new heartbreak just over a friend? It's so funny. This is something that's talked about a lot as I counsel people. And one other client said to me something that was very important. And she said, those are the worst. They feel absolutely like worse than even your romance when you break up with your bestie. And it's something that in my vigilance to protect myself, I haven't leaned into the softness of it. And today, oh, my sweet angels know what they're doing. They had me access my heart chakra, which I have shut down to that in order to heal and protect myself. And so when I heard her hurt, I remembered my fresh hurt in the last couple years as my friend prioritized somebody else. And that's what she was saying was happening. And she was like, but I thought I had seniority and I thought that I invested. And guys, we can't always control the way anybody behaves. And in fact, we never can. And a lot of us more maybe in relationships with people that were controlling. So we see how well that turns out. Usually somebody will take their freedom, even if it's well-meaning advice, even if whatever. And I so related to her story because she said she gave him some advice about a not good crowd that was using drugs, meth specifically in her case. And he turned on her because we all know that an addict will choose their addiction. So excuse me, this is a thing that complicates it. Pardon me, that seltzer, y'all. This is a thing that complicates it. So I said, when he heals and whatnot, and when he comes out of the fog, and I went through what I felt would happen, and we kind of talked about that. But really, my angel said I was there that moment to do triage, not to maybe give her hope about the future, but to do triage. I honored her in that moment, and I told her what I'm going to tell you. If you have a friendship where you know for a fact you've been good and loyal and you've invested and you tried to protect them and you did everything you could and they treated you like either a second class citizen or they pitted you against somebody else, I will tell you guys, you deserve to hold space for yourself. And what I mean by that, there's nothing wrong with you feeling the feelings you felt. That kind of situation will elicit a lot of feelings. It will cause a dark night of the soul for you. If it's a deep friend, it will cause a lot of shadow side to erupt in you, which means that you might have to deal with things that are uncomfortable. Jealousy and fear of abandonment, all of that stuff. I certainly felt it, dealt with it, purged it, cleaned it. But in the moment when it happened, it was the most heartbreaking thing that has ever happened to me, because I realized how loyal the person I loved was not. And this girl that I was chatting with today also realized the same thing. Again, there is an addendum because of addiction, which is, I suppose, why my angel sent her my way, because we had that in common as well. However, after we got through the session, I started taking some notes to work on some videos to make for you guys, and they kept pounding that through my chest. They said, tell them that there's nothing wrong with them being demanding in a healthy way about the fact that you expect a certain amount of respect. Now, I teach this lesson because where my placements fall on my chart, this is a lesson I've learned over and over and over again in my life. It's something that even the XD bestie that I had didn't know, is that the situation we just went through happened to me 20 years ago with someone of the same exact name of the person that came in and interfered, except my best friend was gay. It's so funny how it's full circle. It was a gay man who had a friend, and the friend was named, you all know the name I use on here. It starts with a T and it ends with a Y, but that's not her real name. The real actual name is the same name. of the person that came between me and another friendship that had nothing to do with this one 20 years ago. And they also happen to be a Scorpio. I want you to also pay attention to patterns in your life because there may be things you're supposed to learn in your friendship. I never told my XD bestie why I knew the impending doom, but I knew the impending doom. And she treated me worse than he did, absolutely made the same choice, picked somebody else. He ended up having to go to jail because of his interaction with that girl, and later came back into my life and apologized, but I never nurtured the friendship. That was it. I walked away from him because he showed me his true colors. Maybe sometimes people show you your true colors as well. But what I will tell you is, in this case, you will find and manifest in the friendship that is right for you. Sometimes it is hurtful to go through that. Seniority is absolutely a thing. For my placements as a Leo specifically with a Taurus moon, you better be loyal to me. It's the only thing I don't tolerate. It's the only thing I don't waver on. And I felt like I had put so much energy into this relationship. Of course, this person's going to honor me the same way the girl I was counseling did, the same way some of you listening to this may feel. You may have felt like, well, I did everything right, but it didn't work out the way I thought. Another example that we see that was iconically memorialized was the movie Bridesmaids. Such a beautiful story of a platonic friendship that gets thrown off kilter because new energies happen, and as we age we make new friends. But I was a Girl Scout, so this was bred into my energy, emblazoned on my brain since the time I was a kid. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other is gold. If someone throws you away and acts like you're not the gold in their life, then that's where they see you. And it's the same thing too, guys. If you're in a relationship and it's sexual and someone treats someone better than they treat you, that lets you know how much they didn't value you. It lets you know what they did not see in you. My person thought I was a second-class citizen. I was her designated ugly fat friend as far as she was concerned. She didn't really let me know that right until the end, but she certainly treated me that way the whole time. Now, I don't believe I hold that view of myself. Am I fat? Yes. But the ugly part's not there. Whatever the reason is that your friend shunned you, whatever the reason that it is that your friend thought that someone else was either a better fit for them, maybe they are. But there's nothing wrong with you feeling how you feel. That's what I'm here. This is a safe space to say it's okay for you to feel that way. Today, when I heard that girl's fresh heartbreak, oh my God, y'all send some prayers to that random client. Now, of course, we'll never say any names. Send some prayers. It was actually one of my YouTube clients. So I'm going to say hi. I did ask her if I could speak about this. Thank you so much for allowing me to share your story. But what I will tell you is it's super, super important to know that it's okay that you feel away and that you might feel like, wait a minute, but what we had, what we built was really sacred. But that person may not have prioritized you the same way. She'll have to walk through her emotions, and you will get through it if you're listening. However, if anybody else out there is listening and having one of these dynamic shifts that breaks your heart because it's unfathomable that someone you loved could fall into this kind of situation or treat you as so not important and pit you against people that they might even know hate you. In my case, I specifically detached because I was like, my person, you guys on my story, was dealing with a racist, and I knew that, but because she was white, she was complicit, and that's unacceptable to me. It was unacceptable, y'all. I was like, wow, so you're not going to hear me? I wasn't just trying to ruin things for her. She had plenty of friends. She had all people around her, and I never really interfered unless it was something that I thought would be toxic. And when I say interfered, meaning advised, which is what people pay me to do every day. But she was not wise, and she was not respectful. The disrespect was on level 38 because she wanted to prove a point and be malicious. Not all your friends will be like that, and it's funny that I even call that person a friend. She treated me worse than any enemy I've ever had. If you're in a situation like that where it's toxic, maybe let that friend that you think is so special kind of melt away because they obviously don't value you the same way. And if she valued a racist, then birds of a feather, yeah? So I had to release that from my sweet subscriber that reached out to me recently. You will find the right caliber of friendship, and your person is healing whatever he's going through. This was a lesson that was in his Akashic records. That's something to think about. There are a lot of angles about how friendships can blow apart or come together, but sometimes they come together or they blow apart so that you can find someone that you're truly in alignment with. No matter my opinion of who my friend coupled with, It was truly her alignment and it made her happy. Even if it was fleeting, it made her happy, which freed me up, even in its pain. And for some of you guys, the pain out there too, to find the thing that really made me happy, you know? Someone who will value me, someone who does see me as family, someone who has no problem and isn't always playing mind games and pushing me away so that I can prove how much I love them. That is not self-love, my divine feminines and my empaths. That's toxicity that is born of our family pathology that we carry into our life and other relationships, platonic or otherwise. Message: pay attention to who's got their eyes on you and who sees you as a prize and who values the effort and energy. It just because that person doesn't see it doesn't mean that other people don't. The reason I was able to leave with peace in my heart is because the person that I was best friends with, their son saw it and their son knew, and it blessed me, because I thought out of all the years that I could never explain to him our dynamic, he got it. And he understood that maybe his mom didn't make a good choice. And for some of your friends out there, maybe some of your friends aren't making a good choice. But God sees it. Maybe you won't have a pseudo son that looks and knows, like, wow, this is the good one. This is the one that actually showed up. This is the one that's been here for you no matter what. This is the one that held your secrets until you didn't hold hers. Hey? Amen, guys. I want you guys to remember, you deserve to be indignant and upset. You deserve to demand loyalty from a person if you've given it. You know, I didn't ever make any demands until years of investment. And I thought, yeah, I'm pretty safe to say that this is not a healthy situation. And it's not that I said, you don't give ultimatums. I didn't do that. I did say, I don't want to hear about it. That's all I did that triggered her. And boy, that fire sign lit up and turned into a complete ridiculous human. So you don't get to be friends with ridiculous humans, especially if you're evolving. And if the person that you consider your bestie is jilting you or shunning you or ditching you or having a realignment in their life, even if it's not toxic, sometimes we genuinely grow apart. So if that happens, I want you to understand that even that is blessed, divine feminine. You will find a friend that's on your level, okay? I love you so much, guys. Keep healing. To my sweet subscriber, thank you for the conversation and allowing me to utilize this story to teach today. Come back and join me next time, and we will continue to deepen our bonds with ourselves and call in the friendships that are on our alignment. You deserve respect. You deserve loyalty. You deserve fidelity in a friendship. You deserve for somebody to stand up for you and to protect you the same way you would do for them. Anything less is unacceptable. Yeah? Yeah.